on Senator Hassan. Thank you, Senator Hassan.
Thanks, Senator Schumer. Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the kind of rising and high costs that the American people are facing. My constituents in New Hampshire are struggling with high costs of essentials like groceries, housing, and health care, making it harder for families to make ends meet. And that's the story all across the country. But President Trump and Republicans in Congress have decided to make life even more expensive through both tariffs and the budget bill that they recently passed into law. The president has imposed a national sales tax through these reckless tariffs, driving up the cost of food, housing, and other goods and services. In fact, just today, a new report showed that inflation is rising at a faster rate because of the president's reckless tariffs. And families know this firsthand. Beef and ice cream prices today hit new record high prices, with ground beef prices reaching an average of more than $6 per pound for the first time ever. And the Joint Economic Committee, the minority, which I lead as ranking member, has found that key baby products, the things that new parents need to buy in that first year of your new baby's life, cost 24% more today than they did before President Trump imposed his tariffs. At the same time, the recent Republican budget law not only takes health care away from millions of people, but it also drives up health care and prescription drug costs for all Americans, as premiums are going to skyrocket. And for our rural communities, the very real threat of providers closing their doors means longer drive times in those emergencies when minutes truly feel like hours. People are going to drive farther, they are going to wait longer, and they are going to pay more for their health care. The Joint Economic Committee minority found that firefighters, teachers, and truck drivers will all lose hundreds of dollars per year thanks to the president's tariffs and budget law, while the top 0.1%, that's people making over about $4 million a year, will get a $350,000 windfall. And now, making life even harder for rural Americans, the president and congressional Republicans also want to rip funding away from critical sources of information that they count on, particularly in emergencies, by defunding public TV and radio stations all across the country. These actions have a cost, and it's a cost that eclipses dollars and cents. The cost of these actions from the president and my Republican colleagues is millions of Americans losing their health care. The cost is people having to make difficult decisions between paying rent and putting food on the table because of inflation. The cost is families losing information sources in emergencies where every minute, every hour counts. And that's a price that the American people should not have to pay.